welcome to Plato's Political Pitbull Podcast. I am Esther.
And I'm Ruth.
And we have a lot to get to, but first, our sponsor is Southwest Pain Management. Southwest Pain Management takes care of most chronic pain without pain pills. Their goal is to get you back to doing the things you love. They are also the world's leading long COVID experts. Dr. Groisman sees people from all over the world to treat their long COVID. Southwest Pain Management is in Plano. Please go to their website, reliefbeginshere.com. That's reliefbeginshere.com to see all that they do. So first up, we are in Plano today. And we have tomorrow, February 23rd, at 5 o'clock, the preliminary city council meeting will take up what to do with the $7.2 million in extra sales tax money it got. Now, we talked about this last week, and I said, give it back. Give it back in the form of a property tax break of 1 cent off of your tax rate. So if you like that idea, please go tell your city council that. Other than that, we'll probably get some art thing from Councilman Steve O'Vaughn. Now, on to our really big story today, which is an economic development agreement that will be voted on at the city council meeting on February 23rd at 7 o'clock. It is in the consent agenda. Items H, that's H as in hat, and items I as in island of the consent agenda. So, if somebody wants to take this off the consent agenda to speak on it, they need to make that clear when they register. Because if nobody takes it off, it will not be discussed. And oh, what an agreement it is. This should not be on the consent agenda. I'm sorry, this is a lot of money. And a very large business. So, evidently, the City Council of Plano wants to give AT&T $20 million. $20 million.
Wow.
Yes. That may be one of their biggest economic development agreements that I can remember anyway. So, we talked about this a little bit. AT&T wants to move to Plano. They are tired of being in downtown Dallas. So they've got a building there. I guess they don't like it anymore. So they want to move to Plano. And they want to take over the large campus on Legacy, specifically 5400 Legacy Drive. This is a property that was rezoned for that science research center and the science research buildings. Mm-hmm. Apparently that has fallen through. AT&T came along and said, you know what, we won't need the apartments. We're not going to do any of that other stuff. We just want the building that's already there, and we'll take that. Well, you know there had to be an economic development in here. You just knew it. I called it. I said I smell it, and I was right.
But I thought they didn't want that.
Didn't want what?
They didn't need the apartments.
They didn't. No, AT&T does not need the apartments.
So they're like, you can get rid of that.
Yes, which is why they're rezoning. They want to rezone the property. But I knew that there was going to be an economic development incentive agreement with this. I just knew it.
Oh, you mean the money?
Yes, the money. Okay. So here is the agreement, and it's in two parts. That is why there are two items on the agenda. So first we have the $20 million to AT&T. In exchange, AT&T will transfer, retain, or create up to 10,000 full-time job equivalents by December 31st, 2039.
Wow.
2039.
I'll almost be 40.
God, that's different. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know if I'll still live here. They don't even have to create. No. Listen to the wording very carefully. It says transfer, retain, or create. All they have to do is pick up their employees that they currently have and just move them to the building. Great. Wonderful. No, not wonderful. This is going to cause another problem because it's not like those folks have to pick up and move wherever they live now. Okay? If they live in Dallas, they just have a further commute. Now, maybe some live in Plano, okay, closer commute. Maybe some live north of Plano, okay, maybe it is a closer commute. The point is still commuting.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The other thing that they have to do is they have to renovate the building. They have to pay for, or add a minimum value in construction of $1.35 billion.
Is the 20 million for the renovation?
No, I don't know. They've got to add $1,350,000,000 in value to the building that's already there. Okay?
Okay.
And they must do that. So construction must be completed by December 31st, 2029. So they have to move in or complete the construction. I would assume they would move in then by the end of 2029. But they don't have to create or retain or transfer 10,000 employees until 2039. So they get 10 years to do that. You look perplexed.
I'm trying. No, I just have a question.
Yes.
What happens if they don't meet the standards?
So the way that this is structured, from my gathering of the full reading of the agreement, is if they meet certain goals by certain dates, they get a lump sum of money. So let's say, I don't remember the details. I'm going to make, just for an example, I'm going to make these up. Let's say by December 31st, 2029, they have to hire 5,000 employees or transfer 5,000 employees. And then they get $10 million. So each time they add more employees or each time they maybe do more construction, they get more money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that way, if they don't hit the goal, they lose out on the rest of the money.
So this 20 million is not going to be in one go. It's going to be, you have to hit this goal and we'll give you some.
Well, interestingly, even though it's not going to be in one lump sum, they have to kind of put it aside, earmark it. I don't know if they have to put it in a different bank account or a different fund, because obviously they've got to save it for them if they do meet that goal. They've already taken it out because, well, not already, but if this goes through tomorrow, it will leave a balance of over $36 million in the Economic Development Fund. So, not quite sure where they have to put the money, but they can't spend it. It's tied up. Now, the other thing that AT&T gets, they get all of their building permit fees waived.
Okay.
So we have to pay our permit fees, but AT&T doesn't.
Right.
Next part of the agreement is item I. I as in icing, because this is the icing on the cake. They also are getting a tax rebate.
Yay, AT&T is getting a lot.
Yes. So if the 20 million...
Plano must really want them.
If the 20 million doesn't upset you enough, this is really going to upset you.
What is Plano... Why do they want them so bad?
So the building that...
Like, what are we getting out of this? Or what is the city council getting out of this?
I have no clue. It's not like they sell anything. This isn't a retail space, so we're not getting sales tax revenue. All right?
They just want to fill this building?
The building is empty. It's been empty for about, 5 years. I can't remember exactly now. But a long time. And obviously, nobody likes to see a building sit empty.
Mm-hmm.
So it can cause blight, which is not happening yet, but that's what people say it can do, which I can understand that. So they want it filled. AT&T is a major, huge Fortune 500 company. All right?
Mm-hmm.
To have their office building there, that is kind of prestigious. So to say, oh, and we're the home of AT&T, it's not a bad thing for your reputation. Okay? Yes, folks, they're going to get a tax rebate. Would you like to hazard a guess what their tax rebate will be on their property taxes?
I don't think I could guess.
By the way, just so you know, this office building is 2 million square feet.
2 million square feet.
Oh, and it will be the company's global headquarters. Also very prestigious to have the global headquarters in your city.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times cities like New York, Chicago, they have Dallas, they have global headquartered firms there.
Why is that so prestigious? What is that really? I mean, I personally, I don't care about that. Do other people care about that?
Other people do care about that. Other companies see that and they're like, oh, well, this must be a really good city if one of this fabulous, great, very successful company that's been around for decades and decades and decades wants to make Plano their home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think I completely understand, but all right.
I know.
It's just a building.
Yes, it is just a building, but it's not the building, it's who's in the building. AT&T is going to be in the building. It's, if T-Mobile were set up here or any other Fortune 500 company, It's a very prestigious company. And firms are very picky about where they go, apparently. That is what it is.
Okay.
So, here's what really got me furious, even more than the 20 million, and probably will get you furious. Yes, they're getting a property tax rebate. So, according to the agreement under Article 4, they're going to get, this city shall pay AT&T a tax rebate equal to 65% of the real property taxes on the real property improvements. They're going to get 65% of their tax bill given back to them.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Now, granted, I don't know what the property taxes are going to be after the improvements are done. Frankly, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I have to pay my full bill. I don't the city doesn't give me any money back.
Well, see, you're not AT&T. They really want AT&T. I guess it must be pretty hot.
I mean,
no, gotta get that hot ticket.
This
I don't even know if that metaphor makes sense.
This is obscene. This is just obscene. 65% of their property taxes goes back to them. I am sorry. That's disgusting. That is, it's bad enough we're giving them a lump sum of money. Now, instead of paying their full property tax bill, they're getting 65% taken off.
Well, see, you're missing the point. They really want them here. They're basically trying to outbid every other city.
Yes, but they're not paying for their share of the roads, their share of the police, the fire, whatever. They're still using resources from the city, but they are getting basically a 65% cut on their taxes. Meanwhile, everybody else's taxes goes up.
Because they're trying to dangle the carrot on the stick, like, oh, come here, we'll give you a huge tax rebate. We'll give you $20 million. You know.
You don't find this disgusting?
I've just kind of accepted this as our reality.
I would rather just say, come here, make improvements, and we will not increase your taxes by the evaluation of the construction that you've added. Okay? Because the idea is obviously, they got to add more value to the building. I would rather say, okay, you've added more value to the building by redoing the building. It's like a person putting in a pool. How does that doesn't really change anything if I add a pool to my backyard or update my bathroom. I'm not using any more services than I was before. The building is sitting empty, and probably the person is writing the property taxes off to begin with on their federal taxes. So we're getting jammed for that too. But I would rather them move into the building, fix it up, and us say, we're not going to raise your taxes on your improvements. we're still going to tax you what the building is worth today, which is a lot of money, all right? Because the land itself is more valuable. But we're not going to charge you basically for the improvements.
I don't know what other cities are probably, trying with their stick, their carrot on the stick. I don't know what they're offering, but I feel like this is Plano just trying to outbid everyone.
Oh, probably. This is a big deal.
Because unfortunately, this is what cities do, and they're basically trying to outbid each other.
Mm-hmm. I think
the only way we would get what you are looking for is if other cities didn't do the exact same thing. Because then Plano will get nothing. And they clearly want these businesses here. I don't know what incentive exactly.
Well,
but
so the prevailing theory is they generate revenue. I mean, think about it. You got the taxes on the building, right? But then remember, when you're dealing with a business, not only are you taxing the property of the actual building and the land, businesses have to pay property taxes on the stuff that's in the building. Desks, furniture, computers, phone, any property they own, they have to pay.
Okay.
So AT&T, major company, they've probably got very fancy computers. They probably have very nice office furniture.
But they're also giving them a huge tax rebate.
Yes, they are.
Maybe it's temporary?
No, it's for 25 years.
Whoa, that's a long time.
The agreement is for 25 years, I believe. That's what I saw in the agreement. 25 years.
Maybe they're like, the long term. It's the long term.
I don't know where I saw that, but I'm pretty sure I saw it.
We're thinking long-term rewards.
Well, you think that's funny. 25 years is long. Cities used to give businesses 99-year agreements.
We're thinking long-term.
Yeah. So the agreement is for 25 years. And neither one can back out for 25 years. So they're thinking, oh, well, property tax revenue is generated on not just the building. Of course, now we're not getting a lot of the property taxes on the building, but we're getting the stuff that's in the building, which I disagree with this. I think that's just, first of all, it's tacky. Second of all, it's depreciating assets. These things don't go up in value like land. They go down in value. Computers get old, so you have to reevaluate every single year and say, okay, well, the computer is older now. It's a year older. Your furniture's a year older. So you subtract value from it.
Well, wouldn't they eventually get new equipment if it becomes too old?
Well, eventually, but desks can last a long time. Chairs can last a long time.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about the furniture. I'm talking about the computers.
It's the computers. Computers don't last as long. Computers become dinosaurs very quickly. But still, they're depreciating assets. They're not exactly very big ticket items here that you're talking about. So, you want to know how much AT&T is worth?
How much are they worth?
This publicly traded company is worth $200.85 billion as of today, February 2nd, 2026.
So that $20 million is a drop in the drop of water. What's the metaphor I'm looking
Drop
for?
in the bucket.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, it is. It's to them what a nickel is to us, but it's the principle of the matter. Why are you? The CEO probably makes 20 mil. I mean, when you go, his salary and then all his perks and his stock.
Well, that's why they had to go so high,
All of the idea that economic welfare or corporate welfare is a good thing is so unbelievably wrong. I have done some research. Okay. I've done a deep dive. And I did find most articles I found are in considerable agreement that it actually doesn't help. And especially those big stadiums, which if the Stars are actually coming to Plano, we'll go into that boondoggle. But for now, we'll stick to corporate welfare.
I think Plano is just like looking.
Companies.
I think Plano right now is just looking for that star factor. Like, look at us, we're the home of the Stars. We're the home of AT&T. Come to Plano. We're so big right now. Everyone wants to be here. I think that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. Yes. So, as part of my research, I found a study that was done in 1995 by Steve Moore and Dean Stanzel. Right? Stephen Moore, very famous economist. Don't know Dean, but know of Stephen Moore. So, yes, this was done in 1995, but guess what? Still applies to today, folks. All right? You weren't even born yet, but it's still, some things just never get old. So, I am just going to read a couple of things from the study. If you'd like to go read it, it is called Cato Institute Policy Analysis Number 225, Ending Corporate Welfare as We Know It, dated May 12th, 1995.
Wait, you didn't say who it was written by?
It did. Stephen Moore.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
I must have zoned out for a second.
yes, and Dean. So, couple of things. Just some highlights that he says. Corporate welfare creates an uneven playing field. Business subsidies, which are often said to be justified because they correct distortions in the marketplace, create huge market distortions of their own. Their major effect of corporate subsidies is to divert credit and capital to politically well-connected firms at the expense of their politically less influential competitors. Those subsidies are thus inherently unfair, which, yes, I can agree with that. You notice they're not giving economic development subsidies to a mom and pop shop, right? To our little dance store or a little local jewelry store. No, they're not doing that. No.
No one cares about those.
No. So small businesses really take a hit. Also, he says, corporate welfare fosters an incestuous relationship between business and government. Government and politics are inseparable. Much of what passes today as benign industrial policy is little more than a political payoff to favored industries or businesses. Tax dollars that are used to subsidize private firms are routinely returned to he says Washington, but could be Plano, in the form of political contribution and lobbyist activities to secure even more tax dollars. So, let's fast forward. We have AT&T here, right? Fast forward some years, and something comes up on planning and zoning. Big companies like this have got people watching every ounce, every square footage of government. Something comes up. Maybe AT&T doesn't like it. AT&T goes to city council and says, we don't like this. You need to maybe think about changing it. What do you think they're going to do?
Probably going to listen to them.
Yeah, they're going to listen to them over listening to the people. And unlike the people, if the president of AT&T calls up, or the CEO of AT&T calls up the mayor, I think the mayor will take his phone call, because he ain't taking mine. He ain't taking my neighbor's. He doesn't even respond to emails. But I guarantee you that the CEO of AT&T will probably have the mayor's private cell phone line and private email. But not gonna have. Do I have it? No, I do not.
You're not important enough.
No, but I just vote for these people. Who knows? Yes, I'm just a peon. We are, the people have become peons. Or serfs in this game.
Ooh.
Moore and Dean continue. Many of the top recipients of technology research grants awarded by the Clinton administration were also substantial contributors to the Clinton campaign or the Democratic National Committee. See, not only does this turn into lobbying, this also turns into campaigning. Like, oh, Mr. Mayor, let me contribute to your campaign because I think you would be good for our business.
You have a bunch of businesses doing that already.
I know. But I don't think...
Especially federally.
Oh, yes, of course federally. Well, federally is even a bigger problem. But we've seen that in Plano. Big developers donate to the campaigns of the city council candidates who they think are going to pass their development plans. Same thing is going to go for these big companies. Again, unfair playing field. The small business guy, he gets nothing.
Yeah, you're unimportant.
Corporate welfare is anti-customer. So he gives an example of this from the sugar program. Apparently there was, maybe there still is, a sugar program.
Sugar program?
Yes. Also known as sugar subsidies.
What does that mean? Does it actually have to do with sugar?
Yeah, they gave money to sugar companies.
Oh, okay.
The sugar program is estimated to cost customers several $1 billion a year, according to the U.S. Department of Commerce study. Apparently, it cost customers, according to this, $80 billion a year. Back then, could be more now.
Well, yeah, if you account for inflation.
Right. He goes on to say, Stephen and Dean go on to say, the most efficient way to promote business in America is to reduce the overall cost of the regulatory burden of government. Corporate welfare is predicated on the misguided notion that the best way to enhance business profitability in America is to do so one firm at a time. But a much more effective way to enhance the competitiveness and productivity of American industry is to create a level playing field, which minimizes government interference in the marketplace and substantially reduces tax rates and regulatory burdens. That
Government getting out of the marketplace?
Yes.
That's wishful thinking.
I have been saying that. If you want companies to move to Plano, reduce your taxes, reduce your regulatory burden. Stop making it harder to build. Stop making it harder to get your permits. Get your inspections.
You mean butt out? We can't do that.
Yeah, get out of the way.
We have to pretend like we're doing something.
Yes, that is true. I think that is what they say. We have to pretend that we're doing something. No, get out of the way.
Well, it's not what they say, but that's basically what they're saying.
Stop over-regulating. Stop raising prices. You want businesses to come here? Do that. They'll come here in droves. He also says, or they also say, corporate welfare is anti-capitalist. Corporate welfare converts the American businessman from a capitalist into a lobbyist.
Well, capitalism's evil, so we don't want that anyway.
Oh yeah, this ain't capitalist.
I was being sarcastic, by the way, just in case that didn't translate.
Conclusion is, because they intermingle government dollars with corporate political clout, business subsidies have a corrupting influence on both America's system of government and our system of entrepreneurial capitalism. Despite the conventional orthodoxy in government that we need an even closer alliance between business and politics, the truth is that both government and the marketplace would work better if they kept a healthy distance from each other. So yes.
Butt out.
Thing to do, yeah, exactly. Butt out. They're not going to, but...
Oh, no.
I mean, just butt out. That would be the best thing they could do.
But they're not going to, because they need to feel like they're special.
But they're not.
Then what are they? Then what are we good for? If we don't, we need to find something to do.
Sometimes that is what bureaucrats say. Bureaucrats' job is to make more rules, and they're not doing their job.
So they make them more rules.
Well, we don't want more rules. The point is that you make more rules, that's more regulation.
But then what are they good for? Just warming a seat?
Well, we could use with less bureaucrats. Less bureaucrats, in my humble opinion.
It's quite the conundrum.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about basically the residents of Plano subsidizing a huge multi-billion-dollar company, and we still don't have all of our roads fixed. We have a lot of infrastructure problems. I don't think we have the infrastructure for this. 10,000 people. How are they going to get here? Or in their case, how are they going to get to the office building?
With the roads?
Yes.
Where are you going with this? More traffic?
Yeah, more traffic. That is nowhere near the train station. The train station's on the east side. So there's no rail there. All right? So people coming from downtown in Dallas. Maybe they were using the trains down there. All right, who knows? Maybe somebody was using the train from Plano to get to their work at AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
Now what are they supposed to do? There are no buses from East Plano all the way to the west side, direct.
Well, if they have a car, they can drive.
Which is more cars on the road. Now, I am not opposed to cars. That's not it. I am opposed to more traffic.
It's the traffic.
Okay? Now, obviously, granted, that building was once full, but 5 years ago, Plano was less crowded. We've added more people.
The traffic is already bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be worse.
It is. Tell you, if I had it my way, I'd tear down that dang building and make it a nature preserve. But I know that ain't gonna happen. Nobody's doing that.
Well, because there's no tax revenue in that.
Right. There is no tax revenue in that.
We need our money.
Yes. Also,
This is why people say capitalism is the root of all evil, but this isn't even capitalism.
no, this is not capitalism.
This is just the government messing with everything.
This is the opposite of capitalism. All right? Capitalism is the free market being left alone. Okay? It's two people cooperating with one another to each meet their needs. Okay? I want an apple. The grocer wants money. I give him my money. He gives me the apple. That is cooperation at its finest.
The reason that even popped in my head, because I was talking about we need that money. And it just kind of made me think of people who are opposed to capitalism being like, oh, it's always about money. Well, in this case, it's the government where it's all about money.
Yeah.
And their exact interference is not capitalism. So that's where my brain was going.
Yes. But we're going to lose money here. The government is losing money. I don't quite understand, where do they think they're going to make the money? 25 years from now?
Yeah. Like I said, we're thinking long term.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
I said it 3 times. That was the 4th.
Long term is in money long term.
Well, what did you think long term meant?
I thought it meant long term for the city as a whole, and
which clearly means money.
Oh, okay.
What else does the city want the money?
Prestige, bunch of awards. They love getting awards, All right. The other thing within this that is also on the agenda is a zoning change for the property that AT&T wants to move to. So you remember they changed the zoning back when they thought they were going to have this science research lab and hospital and all these sciencey thingies.
The thing that fell through?
Yes. So they changed it to have this basically multi-building development where they were going to have a hospital and a lab and a center and of course apartments. Well, AT&T don't need the apartments. This is the only thing I like about this deal. They don't need the apartments because their people already live somewhere. So they are...
And it's, not that far.
Going to change the zoning back to its original zoning. Back to just commercial employment. So that is item 3 on the agenda for February 23rd's meeting. Also...
That's tomorrow.
Yes. Also,
really doing this last minute.
well, the agenda doesn't come out a week before, sadly. No. So, also for the 23rd is the consideration to approve an interlocal agreement between the City of Plano and DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit, to provide general mobility program funds for transportation-related projects. So this was the agreement we spoke about. There's actually 3 things on DART in the agenda. We have that. We also have the restructuring of DART's board. That's on the agenda because Plano has to agree to it. And to repeal the election to be held in Plano on May 2nd to dissolve the Dallas Area Rapid Transit System, which I had said was going to look like he was going to bring it. Remember I said last week, Munn's got an interview, was going to be put on the agenda, and he said that he thinks it's going to pass. I'd like to know how he knew that. So that will probably pass.
He had a gut feeling.
Yeah, he had a gut feeling. Feeling like took us.
Trying so hard to keep PG.
Yeah. So the pro-transportation people, or public transportation people, will be very happy about these items. They should be dancing for joy at the city council meeting tomorrow on the 23rd, because they have wanted this. So good for them. This was now something that I don't know how this is going to go. Remember, I had said that they tabled the VIA contract for the alternative transportation.
Right, the VIA contract, the one that I thought when I tried to say it was Viacom, but I knew that wasn't right. That will forever be burned into my memory.
Well, that's a good way to remember that. So we talked about this in the last episode. They had brought up this, wanting to do this pilot program to contract with VIA for microtransit in case we were going to leave DART. Well, now apparently we're not leaving DART. We're not even going to ask the people if they still want DART, because DART and Plano have come to an agreement. So now they have to bring back that which they tabled last meeting, because they tabled the discussion on vote on VIA. So
I thought they tabled that indefinitely, which basically kills it.
No, I said they could do that to kill it. They did not. They just tabled it. And I went through a little parliamentary procedure, how they have to bring it back, take it off the table, and they can kill it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you table something and you don't table it indefinitely, they tabled it with a specific date. They said, table it until the next meeting. Well,
Okay.
the next meeting, they've got to now bring it back, take it off the table, and vote on it. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to keep it or vote on it to keep it or get rid of it.
Why would they vote to keep it?
Well, they may vote to keep it because DART is canceling some buses. And one of the complaints Plano had was the lack of transportation on the west side, public transportation on the west side. So now we're going to get all these businesses over on the west side, AT&T now with 10,000 new, or new for Plano anyway, employees, not necessarily new for them, So we're going to want public transportation for that area, which is lacking.
They didn't think about that when they made this deal with them?
Oh, they did. That's what I'm thinking. They may do something with Via from microtransit with them in addition, but I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to wait for tomorrow night.
Yes.
Or, I guess when this comes out, tonight.
Yes, we'll have to wait until, well, you all, our listeners, will have to wait until our next recording. Sorry, my voice is still bad.
You gotta get that checked out.
Our next recording to let you know how all of this goes down. I am not hopeful for anything. I
haven't been hopeful in, I think, 2 years. I'm not really counting. Maybe it's 5 years. I don't know.
Well, we'll keep you all posted. I'll be watching for you so you don't have to. And yelling at the screen, probably.
All right, on to happier news, or what will hopefully be happier news. Thor is still up for adoption. You can still get him. Hopefully he will find his nice forever home. Thor is a friendly boy who's about 2 years of age and is very playful with children. He's active when he plays, so maybe best in a home without young children. So, a little older. Thor was very excited for his first pups in the park's walk. He had a lot of energy as he left his kennel, but settled down quickly. He was very patient while being harnessed in the lobby of the shelter and loaded into the car without issue. Thor rode well in the car and was very relaxed. He walked well on leash and got along well with all the other dogs in the group. Thor exhibited no prey drive while encountering birds and squirrels along the walk. So it sounds like a very calm but playful young boy.
Mm-hmm. And if you are interested to find out more about Thor and see his lovely picture, please go to our website, planospoliticalpitbull.com, and click on the link, Pit Bulls for Adoption. And on our website is an adorable picture of Thor. Alrighty, that is a wrap for us today, folks. Please remember, early voting has started. Yes, primary season, or primary voting, I should say, has begun. So get yourself to the polls. Remember, we are still filling in the bubbles by hand, so give yourself extra time. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Help us out with our algorithms. This is Esther.
And this is Ruth.
For Plano's Political Pitbull, signing off.